Welcome, Thunderbird Nation, to the Thunderbird Coaches Show. This is episode 3, the special Labor Day edition. We're going right after the game here. We're all excited. We have got a great show for you today. Before we get into the show here, we're going to shout out to our sponsor for this episode, Rally Stop. Rally Stop, excuse me, owned by great people, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. Great family. Rally Stop has 11 southern Utah locations, including Bruno's Italian right here in Cedar City. Be sure to stop by to get a fountain drink or gas next time you pass a Rally Stop location. Thanks, Rally Stop, for your constant support, consistent support, and great support of Thunderbird Athletics. We've got Lyle Santos here from the trenches of the O-line of SU Thunderbirds. First, before we get into discussion, I got a quick story, Coach. So you know I've been a big fan of yours since day one. I remember when you got introduced as the head coach. I walked up to you, shook your hand, said I'm your new biggest fan. You probably thought I was a weirdo, which I mean I kind of am. Let's face it. But I've been hyping the Fitzgerald train since January of this year. Okay, went to the spring games, play a little golf, get to know you. The more I get to know you, the more I'm sold on the style of football, the teaching methods, the accountability. So I'm just all in, right? I get to the stadium, we go hit the tailgate, energy's high. I walk in the I get my ticket scanned. I walk in, first play, 60 yards for them. Second play, 15 yards, touchdown. I grab my phone. I call my realtor. I said, I'm moving. I hear Phoenix looks pretty good in the winter. I am going to get run out of this town. But you totally redeemed yourself, guys. What a game.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with us, too. Hey, that is and we've got to do some fixing. We've got to fix it a little bit, but that's a John Kelling defensive trait now.
Yeah.
So, and I told I had family and friends in town last night, which I appreciate the people who traveled from Nelson County, Virginia, to see the game last night. But we were at the house after the game, and they said the exact same thing you did, and I laughed at them. I said, I've seen that script before. John Kelling defense will give up a score on the first drive, sometimes give up a score on the second drive, and then go the rest of the game, not even give up a first down. And we've got to start a little better than we started last night, but I've seen that before. There's one thing about our defense and about our defensive coordinator. Just give him a few minutes. He'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Now, college football, first game of the year, is a little bit like the Wild Wild West.
Sure.
Yeah. We didn't know what we were getting from them, brand new offensive coordinator at St. Thomas.
Yeah.
So we didn't know what we were getting from them. But on the flip side of that, they have no idea what they're getting from us either.
Yeah, you can see that in the final score.
Yeah.
What did you guys find out about yourselves that you didn't know in that victory?
I'll let Lyle answer.
Yeah.
I think the fight. I mean, just keep on going.
Yeah.
Keep on going. All gas, no break. I mean, obviously the start wasn't the best. You know, everybody got it, like we were saying, got a little PTSD there after the touchdown, then 3 and out. But I mean, coach does a good job of putting us in different situations all practice, as you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, just the fight. Like I said, the fight, the nonstop pressure, just going. So that's what I found out the most, I think.
Love it. So, we were talking before we got started here. This is the first home game victory since 2019, and this is the first home opener victory since 2013. So that's, you know, I'd love to open the Fitzgerald era with some of those, you know, cool stats. It's just a game. We get it. It's just number one on the list. But how exciting. And the reality is, I feel vindicated in all of my hype around town. You know, I'm gonna make this about me just because. Oh man, I was sweating it for that first. I mean, what was it?
Everybody
35 seconds. I was like,
yeah, something
oh
like that.
no.
Y'all, and I'm glad y'all are saying this.
Hey.
Not for 1 second
Yeah.
was I ever deterred.
That's why you're you, and
not,
I'm me.
Not for 1 second.
I'm over here asking questions. You're over there answering them.
You keep talking about me, and it needs to be about our assistant coaches, and it needs to be about our kids. And I call them kids now because I'm now middle-aged and coaching 18 to 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
But here is we've been in camp for 31 straight days. Our players have had 4 days off in the last month. Our coaching staff hadn't had a day off in the last month. Now we're going to take a day off tomorrow, and I'd like for our coaching staff to spend some time with their family and do some stuff like that.
Yeah.
But on last night and what you're talking about, and I'm off topic.
Go ahead. You're great.
About.
Let's just do it. Let's let it roll.
We have put our players through all of the situations that happened last night. But the one thing as a coaching staff that you don't know is, hey, how are we going to handle up 13 at halftime? How are we going to handle up 20 at the end of the third quarter? How are we going to handle this? How are we going to finish? And what needs to – and John, I'm sitting here talking to you. I watched the film 3 times last night, another 2 times this morning. I've got 150 topics for us to fix. And this coaching show is better if we'll just sit and talk about the good things.
No, we've got
things we've got to fix on that run. That we gave up a 60-yard run on the first play of the game. Well, play number 1 is no more important or less important than play number 100.
That's right.
Or play number 160. And we've got to play the next play and play the next play and play the next play. On last night, there's some individual performances that I'm really, really proud of. And Justin Miller, no surprise. Now, we've got to get Justin Miller's feet right, and instead of going 23 for 35, he goes 30 for 35 because his feet were when you play quarterback, it starts with your base, and his footwork was bad, and he made some missed throws, and we've got to get those fixed. Isaiah Wooden was as good as advertised. We knew Isaiah was going to be the fastest person on the field, and he was. Lit him up in the passing game.
Yeah.
So Tava came out and played. Tava Tase came out and played really, really well for us. Now, we've got to teach Tava to play as well in the second half as he does in the first half. But he was a difference maker in that first half. And we go in at halftime, and I saw a relaxed look on his face, a relaxed look in his eyes. If we're going to be a championship football program, we're going to have a winning season, we're going to get in a playoff picture, have people at least discuss us for a playoff spot, well, he's got to play for a bunch of quarters. And then, hey, Jake Girardi and the special teams now, old Thunderfoot now, what a weapon he was last night. Every time he touched the ball, it hit the end zone, and it didn't matter whether we were on the 50 or the 20 or whether he was kicking off.
Yeah.
Hey, when you're kickoff guy and you're punter, when every time the ball touches his foot, the field position flips.
Yes.
It is a weapon. So he might have been our defensive MVP last night.
You're right. Flip the field every time he kicked the ball.
And he didn't play one snap on defense.
Yeah.
Now you flip over to our defense, and our defense after that first drive played really, really well.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for 2 15-yard penalties, hey, one by yours truly that I've got to fix. But if it wasn't for 2 15-yard penalties, they don't give up another score after that first drive. Josh Dunn is one of our guys, and he's our leading tackler. Now, that being said, Josh Dunn's probably going to grade out when the grades come in at lunchtime today. He's going to grade out at about 50%. So now what happens if our leading tackler next week grades out at 85%? But we've got to get some things fixed.
Yeah.
I've said this a bunch, and I'm going to say it again for the whole world to hear. All last night was a start. Last night was a gauge to let our coaching staff and our players know exactly where we are currently at, but it has no bearing on where we're going. Yeah. So we're going to get better each and every day from here on out, and let's see what we can put together this fall.
Love it. Let's go back. We're gonna get to Lyle. I've got some questions for you, but while the topic's up, let's talk about a couple of things that you brought up. So Justin Miller went 23 for 35 for 364 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was only sacked once. He had some pressure on him here and there, especially early on in the game. But again, highlighting Justin, he did a good job, but like you said, needs to clean up. In fact, after the game, in his post game, he said he needed to clean that footwork up. I mean, he was the first person to notice that he had something to work on. That's Justin, right? Yep. Let's talk about Isaiah Wooden. 6 targets, 5 catches, 142 yards, 51 yards after the catch, 2 touchdowns. I mean, what didn't that guy do?
Well, when you target him 6 times on offense, and he has 141 yards. As a coaching staff, the first thing you think is, why didn't we target him 12 times?
Well, yeah, fair.
What's wrong with us?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Isaiah does it. We missed. Hey, we botched a play. The first field goal drive, we botched a play on the reverse.
Yeah.
And if we get the pitch to Isaiah on the reverse,
he goes.
It's a touchdown, and it's 7-7.
Yeah.
But Isaiah, every game this year, Isaiah's going to touch the ball 10 to 12 times on offense, and he's going to be electric 5 or 6 times. And then Isaiah's going to return kickoffs for us every game, and then going to return punts for us in some games.
Yeah, he's an electric on the field, but he's pretty electric off the field. That guy's got a neon smile, lights up the room. He's happy to be here, and that's
he's a breath of fresh air, and his wife, what a treasure she is. Honesty, how about that for a name? But his wife, Honesty, and we're happy to have them here with us, and he'll do a nice job for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah, let's talk about Jake Girardi. You mentioned him as possibly the defensive MVP. Here's a cool stat: he only had to punt 4 times. I mean, we're used to him getting way more stats, so it's good that he only had to
10
punt
times,
That's
something
right.
like that.
Yeah, if you go back and look at the previous season, he was like 8 or 10 kicks. But for 221 yards, an average of 55.2. His long was 71, and these are great stats.
I'm not a big stat guy, but as you're looking at that stat sheet there, look, they punted 3 times for how many yards?
Over them?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 times for 97 total
yards. So
yards.
they punt 3 times for 97 total yards, and we punt 4 times for how much?
221.
Yeah. I tell our players all the time, people that don't understand football, they'll go, hey, well, the special teams is 1/3 of the game. No. If you do the yardage back and forth in special teams, it ends up being 60-some% of the game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and look at this. So inside the 20 for St. Thomas, 0. Touchbacks, 0. So we had 2 kicks inside the 20 and 2 touchbacks. So, you want to talk about pinning somebody.
And the 2 touchbacks, he kicked them 60 yards.
Yeah, 71 yards. Yeah, so shout out Jake Girardi. I mean, with the horse collar, he still puts it out there.
I love him, but he dresses like a clown.
He's a goofball.
Your punter's standing on the field. He's got on a horse collar, 1 glove on, 1 glove off. He headed to a Michael Jackson concert. And then he's got on 2 different types of shoes.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes for old Thunderfoot.
Yeah.
We might have just given him a new nickname. I like old Thunderfoot.
I like that.
That's a good one.
Play like he played last night. He can dress any way he wants to.
Amen. Hey, and we had 3 field goals made.
Yeah, we're not interested in kicking field goals. We got to fix that. Our offense has to finish. That's one of the 150
It's exciting
things.
that 3 went through, though. It's been a minute since we've had 3 in one game. I mean, kicking game, you obviously want to score touchdowns, but when you don't, it's nice to get 3 on the board. That hasn't been a guarantee.
We work PAT field goals. We work PAT field goal as much as anybody in the country, maybe more. But the 3 field goals we hit, we dropped a snap on a PAT, then we missed a PAT. So I'm not.
You're not overly excited about the PAT game right now. Yeah. Well, those are things that we can clean up, and those are things that obviously will be focused on. Here's one that I thought was interesting: 4th down conversions. Okay, we talked about the defense, right? They went 3 for 6. So they went for it on 4th down 7 times, and only got 3.
Their MO, their coaching staff's MO is to go for it on 4th down.
Go.
So John Kelling again had told our defense all week that when they cross midfield, it's 4 downs.
Yeah,
they're going 4 downs until they get well within field goal range.
So let me ask you a question, just from a an observer, right? I never played the game. I love the game, but I'm just coming from a place here of ignorance. Do you count stopping somebody on a 4th down as a turnover? I mean, they call it turnover on downs, but it's not classically a turnover.
It is a momentum swing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a momentum swing, but it depends on where it's at on the field.
Okay.
Yeah. If they're on the 35-yard line going in, and they go for it on 4th down and don't get it, well, it's the same as a punt.
Sure.
Yeah. In college football, the average starting position is the 30 to the 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not a turnover there.
Okay.
Now, when they did it on their side of the field and we stopped them, and they did it at midfield and we stopped them, it's turnover.
Okay. So I'm looking at turnovers, and we had 2 forced fumbles that were recovered by us. We had 2 interceptions. We had a couple turnover on downs that were on their side of the field, right? That is dominance. Like the way we win football games, as coaches has told us, is takeaways and points off takeaways. They had 0 points because we didn't turn the ball over off takeaways, and I believe we scored 16 points off turnovers.
Not enough. Not enough. The difference in the game last night was 4 turnovers to 0.
Yeah.
But when they turn the football over, we have to score a touchdown. Yeah, we don't practice all week to kick field goals. And don't get me wrong, I love our long snapper and our holder and our kicker.
Sure.
Love those young men. But that's not what we're here to do.
Lyle, you said earlier in the show, all gas, no brakes. Yeah. I'm getting that vibe from Coach over here. Yeah. All gas, no brakes. Yeah. I love it.
We never want to settle for field goals. That sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but obviously you want to put more points on the board. Sure. We want to score every time we touch the ball, but we can't settle for field goals. That's not really winning football. So
yeah. Well, I'd like to get on that line. I'd like to talk to you specifically, Lyle, about. Let's talk about Lyle Santos for a minute. We'll get back to the game, and then we'll go back and preview our opponent coming up next week. But you've got a whole new line with you.
Yeah.
Are you the only returning starter on that line?
Yeah. I think Christy Nakanu started a few games. Okay. I want to say he started, I think 3 or 4, maybe more. But as of all 11 games, I'm the only one right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a new playbook, a new OC, a new running game, new running backs. Okay. What's that been like? And tell me the difference maybe in philosophy of what we were doing before as to what we're doing now.
Yeah, I think it's been great. I mean, we have a good group of running backs. I mean, the overall scheme and what Peterson has us doing, I love it. I love it. You know, obviously we're running power, this, that. I mean, it's good football, you know, and it didn't take long to really learn. I could say our offense is pretty O-line friendly, like Coach Fernandez would say. So, I mean, the terminology and everything behind it isn't too difficult to learn, you know.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's been great. I love it. I love every bit of our offense. And I know since spring ball, we've got, I think personally as an O-line and as an offense, we've gotten way better since spring ball. I mean, at first, it's going to be rough, you know. Running backs have to learn this. We have to learn that. Receivers got to know where to go and alignment, assignment, all that type of stuff. But we've come a long way.
Good.
And like we've been saying, it was the first game last night, so it's a stepping stone for sure. But Coach Peterson, I love him as a coach. He's a great coach. I think he does a great job of doing everything he can to get us on the same page. And
yes,
I think as of last night, we were so prepared because of him.
Love it.
You know, everything we were doing in camp and practice, even back to spring ball, was for last night and for game day. You know what I mean? So I think what he's doing is awesome. So I love Coach Peterson.
The preparation met the moment, right? Like you were preparing for the moment.
Yes.
And that moment wasn't too big, and you guys took care of business.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I love to hear that. All right, so I am guilty of this all the time. I'm starting as I get to know the game a little better. I start understanding where football games are won, and that's down in the trenches. Yeah. What's it like in there? Hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah. It can be tough. I mean, you go in there, you do your job, you play with low pad level. That's something Fitz stresses a lot, and it's something we all need to fix and get better at. But, I mean, you go in there, do your job, and you're physical, you're aggressive, you set the tone from the first play on. That's how you win the game. You know, it's tough, but I love it. The trenches aren't for everybody, but I love it. And I think everybody on our O-line loves it too. So
I mean,
awesome.
Is it just as chaotic as it looks?
Yeah. I mean, it's controlled chaos, but it's up to you at the same time.
It is. What I mean? It is the last bastion of hope for toughness in American society. Those kids.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
The offense. It is the last bastion of hope. Hey, those O linemen and D linemen getting after each other for 3 straight hours. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's controlled chaos for sure.
I'm starting to appreciate, you know, like violent hands.
Yeah.
Right. Low pad level, getting off the line and explosion. Those are things that I'm watching Isaiah Wooden fly around the field, but reality is he got the football because you guys gave the QB some time and you're smacking people around. And I love it. I'm starting to get a lot more feel for the game in the trenches, and I can start seeing also, when a team is getting dominated. You know, you can really see when. I mean, I thought St. Thomas got a little gassed.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely. That altitude was kicking their butt.
I'd like to think it was you and your power.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
altitude has nothing to do. You guys are all 19 to 23.
They were bigger than us.
They were,
but we were stronger and more physical than them.
Yeah,
and it goes a long ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I'm starting to be fascinated by D line and O line work. Mm-hmm. So we'll get more into that. We'll give the credit where credit is due here on this show.
See,
and great job down there.
Wish everyone was like you, man.
Well, hey.
My mom doesn't even know.
The world obviously would be a better place. I mean, let's face it.
The moms are watching the football.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's most fans, and it's exciting. It's exciting to watch that ball get thrown around or run down the gut, whatever it is.
There's what's really unique about what he does, and we've got a 2.5-hour film session this afternoon. Got to clean some things up like we talked about. There's what's unique about football coaches and football players is we'll watch 2.5, 3 hours of film and never watch the football.
Yeah.
The
little things. Mm-hmm. So okay, another thing I noticed, I was down there on the playing surface, watching this game, and then halftime comes. Never seen this in a Division I game. Coach gets you guys off to the sideline, has you guys kneel down. What was that message? And Coach, you can follow up. What was the deal with that?
I mean, I was doing my best to pay attention, obviously, and listen to everything Coach was saying, but I think what I got most of it was, in my head, I'm thinking, it's not over.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just halftime. Now we just got done with blitz pickup, thinking about practice. We just got done with blitz pickup. Now we got a long way to go. We just played an hour and 40. Now we got another hour and 20 to play, and we got to finish. I mean, finishing is, we preach that every single day. Finish. It's a part of our motto. Yeah, focus, fight, finish every day. So that's what I got mostly out of it. We had a long way to go, and we had a lot of football left, and it was all about finishing from there. So.
Okay. So that move to keep them on the field, was that a facilities issue? Because you don't have a big enough place to speak to everybody?
I'm going to come back to facilities at the end of this answer, but we've done it. Our coaching staff's done that since Jump Street. So this is the 14th year, and it'll happen every game.
Cool.
And what happens is this. You get 20 minutes. From the time the first half ends, you got 20 minutes, you got to be back on and play.
Right.
Well, I take the first minute and a half with the whole team. And I've got notes that I've taken from the first half, and I know what the score is, and I know what has to happen for us to be successful. And then the other 18, 19 minutes that are left are for our coaching staff to do their thing.
Sure.
The offensive Coach Peterson gets with the offense, and he makes adjustments. Coach Kelly makes adjustments with the defense. Lyle's offensive line coach, Aaron Fernandez, takes the offensive line, and he's with them. I don't want to mess any of that up. I get away from them. I get my message across that, hey, we've won the first half of this game. We've got another hour and 20 minutes of real time to play. Dial it in and play the next play, and then I leave them alone.
So you're basically giving the message at the time it will be received the best, and you're taking that moment to strike while the iron's hot.
Absolutely. Now on facilities, hey, all you alum out there and donors out there, we need help.
Braxton. Yeah. I always give Braxton a hard time about it. Braxton Jones.
He would understand.
Oh, yeah, he would understand.
We got to give a shout out to Miles Killebrew out there with the Steelers.
Yeah. Yep. Somebody said the last time stadium was renovated was 85, and I said that was the last time they changed the carpet.
1885.
The carpet
something like that.
Anyway, hey, it needs to be a positive show. We'll get off that kick.
All right.
Hey, fundraising and being as, how do you say this, as diligent as I can possibly be about getting these young men facilities that they deserve.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're just fighting for them, and we want to see that out of a head coach, so that's great. Okay, so we talked about the locker room at halftime. What was it like after the game?
It was great. I mean, we were obviously having a good time. There's the two locker rooms, and obviously in the middle is the training room, so we were all in there with Coach Fitz, and, he told us what he needed to tell us about the game and, expectations and this and that, where we need to be, curfew, all that kind of stuff. And then, we got together and had a little celebration there. But after that, obviously seeing my family, it was so great to just see a big smile on my dad's face, my grandma, everybody. At the end of the day, we all have our why. And for me, it's my family, So to see them after the game and them be happy and look at the scoreboard and see, a dominating game by us was just awesome. I loved it.
That's so well put. Yeah. Everyone has their why.
Yeah, exactly.
Yours is family.
Yeah.
Love to see the smile on Dad's face, right?
For sure. And just to see the scoreboard. Because, last time and we don't want to live in the past. You know, what happened last season happened. But to think the last score that was on that scoreboard, 62-0, I mean, that stuck with me still to this day. And, like, it kills us. It killed me. It killed a lot of our players, you know, on the inside. So, like I said, just to see that was just awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
So good to have that.
Yeah.
That it's not a vindication, but it's just so much better.
It's just a start.
Yeah.
It's just a start of the Fitzgerald era, everything like that.
There you go.
So.
Well, yeah, and the Fitzgerald, but also the John Kelling, right? The
it's all of them. It's
so many guys.
Blair Peterson and John
Yes,
Kelling.
absolutely.
Andrew Bates doesn't get enough credit for what he's done with our kids in the weight room. But all of them, and we're leaving out coaches. Darius Smith's done a great job. I need to stop naming them because I'm not going to name all 12 of them.
Well, all 12 deserve the credit,
they
right?
do. They do.
And everyone came and put in the work, and you see the results. So Lyle, let's just focus on you for just a second.
Okay.
It's not really off topic for football, but where are you from and how did you get here?
I'm from Vegas, so right down the road, 2.5 hours. So coming out of high school, I was super small. I was a tiny O-lineman. I finished my last high school football game at like 219, so I was tiny. But prior to that, in the summer, I came here for football camp. Arborview High School, we come here for the football camp every summer. And the last day, Coach Fernandez kind of pulled me over. I think it was the second to last day, whenever it was. He talked to me, said that I had a good frame, this and that, need to get bigger. And then the next day, I got the preferred walk-on. So I played my senior season, hoping that maybe I'll get another call that it's a scholarship now and this and that. So and then January comes around, a few weeks before signing date. Utah Tech, now Dixie at the time, they're talking to me. So they ended up offering me on a Monday, and then Fernandez and at the time Coach Warren came over and then offered me on a Tuesday. And from there, I just wanted to be a T-Bird. So. Yeah.
Well, we're glad you didn't pull the trigger early.
Yeah,
they were trying to get you at a bargain.
Oh, I know.
And then Dixie made it not a bargain.
Yeah. Back-to-back days. It was crazy.
Well, okay. So that was exciting. That's an exciting
for sure.
time for you. And you've obviously, I don't know, did you eat some people?
I ate my old self.
Yeah.
That's what people say.
Well, where are you at and where you want to be as far as
I'm
weight
about
goes?
304, 305 right now. I mean, it'd be nice.
Weight.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be 310, 315, but maybe somewhere down the line I'll be at that weight. But right now I'm going to probably float around there, 305, and make sure I'm not losing any weight.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to ask you some personal rapid-fire questions to get to know you a little better. What's your favorite class here at SCU?
Favorite class? I'm a communication major, so they're all pretty good to be in.
Anything in comm?
I have a sports administration and management class with Hayden Coombs. He's a really cool. Yeah, he's
shout
awesome.
Out Hayden Coombs.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a great professor. So that'd probably be my favorite class. We have Isaiah Wooten's in that class too. Aaron Romero, Roderick Ward, Joe Davis. I mean, a bunch of players are in there. My girlfriend's in there too, so that's a good thing too.
Double bonus.
Yeah.
Next question. Who's the girlfriend?
Sam Johnston, basketball player here. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
that's my
Sam
favorite.
Plays shooting guard on the basketball team, women's basketball team, who's very good here. And Sam's mom is who?
The head coach. Tracy Sanders.
Sanders.
Shout out to Coach Sanders.
Shout out Tracy.
Does a great job with our women's basketball team.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I love them both. They're awesome.
That's great. Making connections with the teammates out in class. Obviously, you got some good connections in the community there with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's your favorite teammate?
Favorite teammate? Oh, man. I don't want to upset anybody answering this.
You can give me 2 or 3.
Okay, favorite team. I got to go with Justin. I mean, everybody loved Justin. He's definitely one of my favorites.
Great guy, great leader.
Great, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
He can do anything you ask him to do except tell a decent joke.
Yeah, he's not the best joke teller, but everything else he's pretty good
all
at.
Dad jokes
but
all
day. He
tries.
Yeah,
he tries.
The effort's there.
Yeah.
He brings effort.
Yeah. Dang, Justin. Oh, man. Colin Gardner, Kyle Safarchuk, 2 O-linemen I play with. I love all the O-linemen, but another one more. Favorite teammate, shoot.
Or funniest.
Davin's pretty funny, our corner. Coach always has some funny stuff to say to him, but I'd say Davin's the funniest too.
Yeah,
I'll go with Dav.
When we dismissed Davin from the team for doing knucklehead stuff, he's got a great career coming in the circus.
Yeah.
So if he gets on the show, we can ask him what he wants to be in the circus.
I've got to get Davin's parents' address because I got to send them a babysitting bill for him.
Babysitting. I can see there's some back and forth going here.
Davin knows we're joking with him. Love him to death.
Yeah.
What's your favorite like band or artist
band?
Or just your favorite music?
Shoot. Favorite? I'd probably say Biggie Smalls. I like the old school rap. Yeah, Biggie. I like Biggie a lot.
Biggie.
How long was Biggie dead before you were born?
Oh shoot, I don't even know when he died, but I was born in 2001. So when did he die? I don't know when he died.
Right, 2-3 years before you were born.
Okay, yeah.
So it went Tupac and then Biggie.
Yeah.
And the reason I know this is I was in college for both of them.
Yep.
I was gonna say, can we classify Biggie as classic rap? Is there such a thing now?
It hurt my feelings when I put it on the classic rock channel one time and they put Motley Crue on there. I was like, when did this happen?
Yeah.
Motley Crue's not bad. I like Motley Crue too.
We're getting old, Coach.
We are.
Okay, last personal question. Well, no, there's a couple more. Your favorite pro sports team?
Rams. I swear I've been a Rams fan since I was born.
Bandwagon.
No,
bandwagon.
I even went to Twitter. No way. I even went to Twitter after they won the Super Bowl. I posted a picture of me when I was like 12 in a Rams jersey. So I've been a Rams fan.
I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, and we've lost 4 Super Bowls, and we do nothing well.
That's a true fan. That's a true fan.
Yeah, I mean, us and the Bills, come on. Anyway, all right, who's your favorite Harry Potter character?
Probably Harry. I mean, I haven't even really watched all of them. I haven't watched all of them actually, but
that's a pretty good answer for an O-lineman.
Yeah, probably.
That was
Harry.
actually a test.
Yeah.
So you passed.
In 4th grade, I read like 4 of the books. I don't know why. I just started reading.
Just felt it.
Yeah, just for fun. But yeah, probably Harry.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, we're so glad to have you here. We appreciate you being at Southern Utah and obviously being on the Coaches Show. Mm-hmm. Let's move quickly here and just talk about maybe previewing our opponent coming up. Our next opponent is University of Utah, coming in number 7 nationally ranked, Rice-Eccles Stadium. Obviously, this is a tall task, right? But Coach, give us just a quick preview on the opponent that is on their way to, or we're on our way. I guess we're going from Eccles Stadium to Eccles Stadium.
Yeah. That was Eccles Coliseum.
To Eccles Stadium.
Right. Eccles Coliseum just sounds so much better.
It does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we seat like 1 or 2 people less than they do.
Just barely.
Just barely.
Yeah.
Like half a person.
So, yeah, and we had good attendance. I mean, it says we have a 5,000 capacity, and we had like 6,400. So I mean, that's pretty good.
It was good. It was good. Our student section last night was special. Now,
fire.
They are on fire. That is a fact. We've got to teach our home crowd how to make noise on 3rd and 4th down when the other team has the ball. We've got to get that fixed. I hope they're listening. Yeah. But hey, when we're on offense, they should be quiet as a church mouse, and then when we're on defense, they
need to let them have it
as loud and as obnoxious as you can be. But on 3rd and 4th down, you got to take it up a couple octaves. I don't think our fans understand that one yet. So a little bit too quiet on 3rd and 4th down. You wanted me to talk about Utah.
Just a preview.
Just put me in a bad mood. That's all you're doing. That's all. Utah plays Florida. Utah plays Florida, and here is I'm going to give you a spin that you probably haven't heard before. These games are won and lost when a contract is signed, and we're getting paid a bunch of money to go up there and play them next Saturday. And you got to love an 11:30 a.m. kickoff. Who thought that up?
I know. It's like breakfast before the game and off to the trenches.
But we go up there and play that game, and win, lose, or draw. It funds our athletic program and funds a bunch of our non-revenue sports here on this campus. So we're going up there to take one for the team. Now, here is the spin. They sign these games 4, 5, 6 years in advance. And here's the spin on this. If Utah beats Florida this weekend, and they run the table, they have a legit shot to make the college football playoffs. They're one of the odds on. They're one of the betting favorites in Vegas to make the playoffs. And I really like them or NC State to make the playoffs if you're looking for dark horses. Mm-hmm. Them playing us next weekend, if they run the table, hurts them. So it's a lose-lose. It's a lose for our players and our program. It's a lose for their players and their program because they can go 11-0, 12-0 this fall, and that college football committee is going to go that weekend. They should have been playing Wyoming or Colorado State or UNLV or San Jose State. Hey, they should have played New Mexico State and beat them by 50 instead of what they did. It hurts them in the end.
Yeah.
Hey, I am.
It is what it is, right? Their check will cash.
I am very happy.
Yeah.
That's it. Their check will cash.
Yeah.
I am very happy to help our university and to help our athletic program. But next weekend has a chance to be a loss for both universities.
Yeah. Tell us. I mean, do you have a scouting report on them as far as players to watch or anything for our fans to?
John, they are the best football program in the Western United States. If you have a map of the United States, draw a line right down the middle, and they are the best football program on the left side. Point blank, end of discussion, period.
All positions
can absolutely play, and I'm a Kyle Whittingham fan through and through. We based our football program at Southern Virginia University and at Frostburg State University in large part to what he had done at Utah on offense and defense.
Wow.
And now he's Kyle Whittingham's teams are always lights out on defense, and now he's put an offense and a quarterback in place in his football program that match the defense. But they don't have a weakness.
All around, great football team, top to bottom.
This weekend, Florida has to hope that the heat and the humidity in Florida gets them.
Yeah.
I don't know when the kickoff is. I hope for Utah it's not at lunch. I want Utah. I'm a Utah fan. I'm rooting for Utah.
Sure.
I hope it's not a lunchtime kickoff because it'll be 95% humidity down there, and they're in trouble.
Yeah, it'll be warm.
The Northwest kids are in trouble. But Florida and the whole Pac-12 have to hope that Utah has an off day, that they're on a road or something and have an off day and somebody can sneak up on them. Because if you do it on just coaching staff and program and players alone, Utah is better than everybody on their schedule.
Yeah. So Thunderbirds, we've got next Saturday, was it an 11:30 kick?
11:30.
Up there at Rice Eccles Stadium. Love to see some T-Birds in the crowd. Let's travel up I-15 and support our guys, support our coaches, support our players and our staff. Get up there and make some noise. Coach and Lyle, do you have any parting words for us? We're wrapping up. What's left on your mind? Did we cover everything that you wanted to cover?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I think we did. I mean, I came in here just to talk to you and
just hang out.
Yeah, hang out, right? No class,
but
great
hang.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Communications major.
Great interview, back to back.
This is good. This is good. It's good for your education.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, we talked about everything. I'm excited to get going. I think something that stuck out to me that Fitz had brought up before is a lot of guys wish for the game day. Like, man, for all camp guys, I wish it was September 1st already. Or I wish, right now, I wish we could just play Utah. But it's just a process that you got to do to get there. You got to win every day. You got to I know we don't like to talk about winning and losing and stuff like that, but just everything you're doing, class, weights, meetings, practice especially, how you take care of your body, you got to dominate all those.
You have to embrace those things.
Yeah.
You have to love it. You have to embrace it. Yeah.
We had a former coach that said you'd have to embrace the suck.
Yep.
All the things that suck.
And see, I don't.
You got to embrace the suck.
I don't like that word, and I don't like it because here. All the players, you can't tell an adolescent male this and get him to understand it. When they get my age, when they get 30, 35, 45, 50, when they get our age, they're going to look back and miss the whole thing.
The whole thing.
So saying
every minute.
Yeah, so saying that it wasn't
every
fun.
Minute.
Yeah, you didn't know. Hey, let me tell you what's not fun is when the water bill and the light bill and all that come in and you ain't got enough money to pay it.
That's no fun.
Now that's no fun. Hey, let me tell you what's not fun. When you've got 3 kids and they've all got an extracurricular activity and they're all on different ends of the town and you got to try to figure out how to drop them all off at the same time, pick them all up at the same time. That's not fun. Hey, us telling our guys to go in the weight room at 6 a.m. and to get bigger, faster, and stronger, it's nothing but fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Even a full pad walkthrough, that's nothing but fun.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, go do something else.
Yeah, well, make it fun, right? Yeah. I mean, those are the things that you're with your guys, and what you said is absolutely true. And I think everybody that's ever played a sport or been a part of a team looks back and wishes they could go back.
Sure.
Right? So enjoy every minute you have. And look, podcast people need to know the the twinkle in Lyle Santos's eyes, his smile when he talks about football, you can see it's infectious. Yeah. You can see that he really loves it, that he means it, and we're glad that you're part of Thunderbird Nation.
Thank you, man. Yep.
Coach, any other words you got?
No, hey, thank you for having us, John. Hey, here's my parting words. Congratulations to our university and our student body, and they were great last night. Hey, and congratulations to the people that have supported this football program for a long, long time. But this is just a start. Yeah, this isn't a finish, and all last night did was tell us where we're going, not where we're at.
Yeah, and shout out Rich Wilson. I promised I would give
star.
him.
Isn't
he a star?
An absolute rock star now.
He shines bright. I love Rich Wilson.
Yeah.
What a great supporter of the Thunderbird football program. Really, that university and the town. Yeah. If you ever want to talk to a guy about Cedar City, that guy's got more passion and more ability to articulate how much he loves Cedar City than just about anyone I've met. So shout out Rich Wilson. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this episode of the Coaches Show, episode 3. Before we go, we just want to give Rally Stop one last shout out. If you're looking for a beverage, you're looking for some gas, you're looking for a little treat, Rally Stop is your place. They also have Bruno's over there on the south end of town. If you want to grab some Italian food, great little spot.
You got good donuts there or anything like that?
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
They got great everything.
Yeah.
If they got it, it's great.
Hey, there's no line
sweet.
question.
Yeah.
How are the donuts?
How are the donuts? Well,
Yeah.
they're delicious,
Yeah,
obviously.
right, yeah, sweet.
Every donut I've had is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've had a
What
bad
would be your
donut.
favorite donut place?
The favorite donut place?
I'm going with Krispy Kreme. There's not one here, but I
No,
love
yeah, we don't
Krispy
have one.
Kreme.
But Donutsville.
Oh, yeah.
They
That's
they
the
got
spot,
it
too.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, Rally Stop is my go-to.
Yeah.
For just about everything. Me and Uncle Dave, we are always heading out there to Rally Stop. So, it's just we really appreciate Rally Stop for their support of the SUU or the Thunderbird Coaches Show, and for Lyle Santos, Coach Delane Fitzgerald, throws Fitzgerald. I'm John Smith signing off.